Hello, I'm Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. Thank you for your time. I would like to share an important announcement from the Internal Revenue Service regarding tax exempt nonprofit organizations. Again, I'm sharing a very important announcement from the IRS regarding the new Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption electronic filing process. This is big news for people who are seeking 501c3 status. Before I go into details about the new process, please allow me a few moments to share some IRS background. The Revenue Act of 1954 established the modern tax code, which included the 501c for exempt organizations. For 65 years, from 1954 to 2019, nonprofit professionals mailed paper applications along with checks or money orders to apply for 501c3 tax exempt status from the IRS. However, in January 2020, new IRS Commissioner Tammy Ripperda introduced a revised Form 1023 to allow electronic filing for the first time. So for 65 years, we submitted paper applications, or paper applications were submitted by nonprofit professionals seeking 501c3 status. However, just past January, the new commissioner introduced a new electronic filing process for the first time. Although she implemented this new change in January, as a matter of fact, her announcement was dated January 31st, she allowed a 90-day grace period for people to get used to or transition to this new electronic filing process. That 90-day grace period is coming to an end effective April 30th. So I wanted to share some information with you about this new process because it impacts me directly since I complete the 501c3 application package for people across the United States. I am directly impacted by this new process because I'm going to have to stop sending paper applications to my clients to mail to the IRS for processing, but instead I'm going to have to transition to the new electronic filing process. So this is very impactful to my business. This is Tammy Ripperda. She is the new commissioner who was promoted to the role after serving in several positions with the IRS over the years. And this is her statement. Filing electronically reduces errors, and we believe this will help provide a smoother application process for those seeking tax exemption. You can read her full statement on www.irs.gov. All you have to do is do a basic search for Form 1023 electronic filing, and you should see her full statement there. So the overview of Form 1023 e-filing, the new e-filing process. Now, before I talk about this, let me just emphasize one important point. This new Form 1023 e-filing process is the same process or requires the same documents you would submit in the mail or through the mail, excuse me. All of the same documents are required. The only difference is the way you send them in for processing. Instead of through the mail, you are going to send them electronically. This new process has absolutely nothing to do with the Form 1023-EZ. It is not the Form 1023-EZ. It is the standard long Form 1023 that's transitioning over to an electronic filing process. I wanted to emphasize that because it's easy to get the two confused now because the 1023 is shorter. I'm sorry, the 1023 EZ is a shorter application, and a lot of people use that application. But if you know me personally, or if you've been to any of my classes, you know I do not use the Form 1023 EZ at all because it does not require documentation of what you're doing. And I'm not comfortable with that process. I want the IRS representative to read every single word of a document, of all of the documents that you submit for consideration for 501c3 status. That gives you the confidence in knowing that they've read every single word and they've approved it when you receive your determination letter. When you use the short 1023 EZ, you're essentially just saying, I've done it. And that is a faster process and it's a cheaper process, but in my opinion, it is not the best process. And I will not complete application packets using the Form 1023 EZ because it's against my morals, it's against my conscience. I can't do it. Because according to the IRS itself, people who have submitted the Form 1023 EZ are the most audited group of nonprofit organizations that exist. So, on the one hand, you have an opportunity to have a short 1023 EZ processing is $275 versus $600. I get all of that. But then later on, you audit it because more than likely, you probably omitted the eligibility requirements, reading the eligibility requirements. There's an eligibility requirements checklist that includes 30 questions. And in order to qualify to apply for 501c3 status using the 1023 EZ, you must answer no to all 30 questions. And I just don't see that. So I digress. I apologize. I'm passionate about that because I hate to see people using the 1023 EZ. Although I know there are some people who promote it heavily, the IRS representatives, they promote it heavily. If you were to call the IRS right now and let them know that you want to apply for 501c3 status, they're going to steer you to the 1023 EZ. That's going to be the first thing they recommend. If you go to irs.gov and you type in Form 1023, they are you're going to see the first thing is 1023 EZ. So be very careful. Always read the fine print of any application. Thank you for allowing me to have about 3 minutes to really vent. I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but it's important. So now let me get back to this. Overview of the Form 1023 standard loan version e-filing process. The step, the first step in working with this new e-filing process is the same first step if you were doing the standard, the regular version, and that is secure your employer identification number or EIN. Step 2, create your 501c3 application documents, and there are 7 of those documents. I'm not going to elaborate on those here. Step 3, create your pay.gov account because remember, we can't mail in a check or money order anymore. You're going to have to process your $600 payment using pay.gov. But before you can do that, you have to have an account first. Step 4, complete Form 1023 parts 1 through 9. All parts are required, and you would do those. You would just pull up the Form 1023 on your computer, and you would just complete the fields, and then you would just submit the application according to the directions provided. Step 5, create a comprehensive PDF document. And what we mean by that is, in step 2, I stated create your 501c3 application documents. So instead of attaching these documents to your electronic file separately, you would put all of the documents into one document, compile all of the documents into one document, to create a comprehensive PDF document. And that is the document that you're going to submit online. And there is a space requirement for that, and the space cannot exceed 15 megabytes, but you should not have to worry about that because There shouldn't be any way that you need more than 15 megabytes of space for your comprehensive document. Step 6, upload your checklist and your comprehensive PDF document. So you have a checklist that states everything that you've done, and then you upload it along with the PDF document. Step 7, process the $600 user fee, which is your application fee, and you will process it through pay.gov. And then step 8, provide an email for confirmation that your application packet was received electronically and that the payment was processed correctly. So these are the 8 steps, 8 basic steps that you use to file the Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption using the new filing process. Again, I'm Susan Woods, and I have my business is Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. I do complete the 501c3 application process for people across the country. So if you say, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to complete this application. I'm not interested in learning a new way. I just would rather hire you to do this for me. So let me tell you about my process very briefly. I started doing this work in 2010. My first client was a church in Charlotte, North Carolina, that hired me to complete his 501c3 with a church pastor, hired me to complete his 501c3 application packet in 2010. Since that time, I have completed 104 application packets, again for clients across the country. I have clients in 20 states so far. My goal is 50 states. I have a 100% approval rating from the IRS. So that means every application packet that my clients have submitted that I completed for them, the IRS approved. The reason that, or I believe the reason that my applications are approved is because I have a genuine concern about the communities my clients represent. I am really concerned, and I believe that by completing the application packet to the best of my ability and helping them to earn the 501c3 status by receiving a determination letter, I am thereby helping the community indirectly because I'm helping the clients earn 501c3 status so that they can generate revenues through grant writing, fundraising, tax deductible investments to benefit the community, to provide the services to benefit the community. So I believe that I am really helping and I enjoy it. I love doing the work. I do require a phone consultation before I accept a client because I want to be able to listen to the clients explain their 501c3 vision. I want to listen to them tell me all about the services they want to provide and why they feel the services are needed in their communities. So the phone consultations are Monday through Thursday evenings from 7 until 8 or 7 until 7:30, whichever time frame you think you could use to explain what you want to do. The consultation fees for a 30-minute consultation is $10 and for an hour consultation is $20. If you hire me to complete your application packet, I reimburse your consultation fees. But it is mandatory. They are mandatory. Consultations are mandatory. My fee is $1,200, and that does include me filing your articles of incorporation with the Secretary of State's office. Even though it's a state filing outside of the federal filing that the Form 1023 is, I still complete that because I think it's a smoother process for me to do it because in order to earn your 501c3 status, you must be approved to operate on the state level. So it just makes sense for me to go ahead and complete the filing of your articles of incorporation for the states in which you operate or which you plan to operate. And that's included in the fee. The fee is due upfront. I don't do split fees anymore. I used to, but I don't do split fees anymore. Fees are upfront payments. I do provide a contract that lists all of the tasks that I complete for you to earn your 501c3 status. So you will have that in writing. If you would like to hire me, or if you would like to schedule a consultation, because some people have a consultation and they don't hire me, they want to talk about their vision, get some feedback, because it's not just a consultation about me, it's a consultation about the services they want to provide. So it's an educational opportunity, because sometimes I do provide guidance on some things they may need to tweak in order to earn 501c3 status, and then they may not even hire me. That's okay. But if you want to talk to me, or if you want to hire me, or both, please go to my website at www.trustsusanwoods.com. That's trustsusanwoods.com, and click on the Starting Nonprofits link in the menu, and you will have all of the information you need to learn about my services, and then you can schedule a phone consultation if you desire. Thank you so much for your time. um, as I was finishing up on this slide, I was thinking maybe I should go back and edit the other slide where I went on the tangent of venting, but I'm not going to do it. I feel that way. I'm very irritated with the Form 1023 EZ process, so I'm just going to leave it in there. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions about the new filing process, please feel free to call me at 704-968-2769. You can also text me. You can go to my website at trustsusanwoods.com and leave a comment there. Have a great day, and thank you so much for what you do in the community.